Well, I think this is what we would call an early version of the Mile High Masters. That is David Talks Broncos. This is mic'd up. We are the Mile High Monsters. David,
Yeah.
you're fired up today, aren't you, buddy?
Dude, I'm pumped up. We got a chance to get our 11th win of the year already. Are you kidding me, man? And hey, people are starting to buy in, I feel like, to the Broncos being legit. Now there's still been some people calling us frauds. I'm pumped about it, man. This is beautiful. Did a show last night. I don't know if you had anybody coming in your comments saying this, how the Broncos are the worst 10-2 football team out there right now. I'm loving it. Sorry, Hydra Ammo, guys. Before we dive into it, the Super Zoom, we'll fix it later on, but we do have like a normal ratio going on another stream. So
there's two streams
yes.
that the company has started so that you can watch it, but the settings aren't quite working right yet. So if you go back to YouTube and pick the other stream, it'll look right. But yeah, sorry about that. I know we're going to get a million comments on that, but I'm fired up too. And the title of my show is the playoff scenarios, and a lot rides on this Raider game.
Okay.
What's the title of yours at David Talks Broncos? Do you even remember?
Like our path to the number one seed. Can the Broncos win the number one seed? It starts with beating Vegas, baby. So
it does. Let's get into it. Let's start right off with just to kind of set the stage for everybody. And guys, all of you out there watching, we thank you so much for being here. Like buttons, subscribe buttons, please. Both channels. We love it. We love all you guys. And before we get going, David, could you handle a little quick business for us?
Dude, let's handle some housekeeping. Mike, you're so hospitable. Allow me to make a few dollars on the side. Today's stream is sponsored by my friends at Kalshi, baby, the #1 sports prediction application in the world. So use the code DTB, get a $10 bonus with that when you deposit $10, and have fun trading on sports. So it's all peer-to-peer, so you can find the best odds on things. Later in the show, we'll take a look at on Kalshi what the Broncos odds are for this game and the spread coming up against the Raiders. But they've been a fantastic partner. I got to get all my friends signed up, under them as well for next football season. They're fantastic. So y'all join me over there on Kalshi. Thank you, Mike, dude. You're a great friend, allowing me to make some money here, baby.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. We need cameras and lights and jerseys and all the stuff that adds up. And we got to pay for all the services we use to do this. So we're not making any money, but it helps to make enough to pay for the stuff we need just to bring this stuff to everybody. And you've also got a Discord that I highly recommend everybody. I hope you don't mind me putting that up. You want to tell everybody about your Discord channel?
Well, guess what, guys? If you want to talk with not just me, but your actual favorite Denver Broncos content creators, pretty much all of them are in there. And yes, I got a WAP link in the description, but if you join my $2 YouTube membership, man, you get a nice little discount. $2 a month, you can be in there talking Broncos every day with some fantastic fans and a ton of creators in there. So it's a lot of fun, man. So yes, Amani, if you donate $1,000, we'll shout you out at the end of every video for the rest of the season. I'll tell you that. $1,000, good Lord. Hey, I might need to put some money on the Broncos.
Wait, who's got food in their teeth, Hydra?
Dude, it's probably me, man. I just had some Chick-fil-A right before this, so
I had a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, but thank you, Mike. Thank you for letting me do some of this housekeeping. But guys, join us on the best Broncos community ever, dude. It's on my Discord.
It is. Amani, we shout out everybody in the chat. Dave and I did a show. Was it just you and me where we had, or was it was the post game after the Sunday night game, guys? We stayed up just for you, and the post game started. We overtime, so we were up till 1:30 streaming just for you guys. The comments were coming so fast that I promised I'll give everybody their shout out. I'll give everybody on here. And at the end, I finally just gave up. I didn't keep my promise. the comments were still coming at 1:30 in the morning. So amazing followers we have. And I guess I'll take this opportunity to say that this guy over here in the last year is the fastest growing Broncos YouTube channel in the world. So congratulations to you, David. And just we love you. Everybody loves you. So good on you, buddy. Keep it up.
Dude, thank you. Next time I'm gonna try and take your crown of being the fastest in season. We'll have to see how it goes, but
27% growth during the season. I didn't. I'll take it.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
how humble I am. I don't like to talk about myself. So all right, let's quit screwing around.
Yeah, screw it, dude. Let's start talking about the Broncos.
Let's talk about the Broncos. Nobody wants to hear us talk about ourselves, especially when we are in a race for the AFC West. Guys, it's so close. It's so close. We are 10-2. The AFC West is just in our grasp. We just got to wrap our fingers around it. Chargers at 8-4, 2 games back. Chiefs at 6 wins. We're going to look at all their schedules. We've got the Raiders at 2-10. We'll be playing them this week. And that, David, that is a bigger game than maybe some people know. So we are going to have to dig into that. Okay. So overall, the AFC West standings are looking pretty good for us. I want to show you a couple things before we get into, like figuring out how we're going to win the West, how we're going to do all that. I think it's pretty obvious to everybody. Kliss came out with this. The Broncos can't clinch a playoff spot with the win versus the Raiders, but we can clinch something of importance. A win Sunday assures Denver of winning any two-way tiebreakers with the Patriots, and that's going to be really important. So if we beat the Raiders, all we have to do is tie the Patriots, and we win all the tiebreakers. Huge, David.
Dude, let's go. I was wondering about that. Also, I mean, New England having the latest bye in the NFL. Good Lord. It's crazy that they're 11-2 right now, and I mean they're just a machine. But that's great. We don't have to beat them out. That's going to be crucial because I never want to play a playoff game on the road, especially a playoff game on the road in Foxborough, man. So having them come here to Denver, if that's what ends up being the case, I like our odds with that because we've usually won those matchups historically.
Yeah, the C.J. Anderson run in the snow to put the Pats away the last time we met. Was that the AFC Championship game?
Yes.
Never forget that one, C.J. Nice run. Thank you. Fond memories, just like this year. Fond memories, guys. Here's another one. If the Broncos win their next 2 at Las Vegas and Green Bay, and the Chargers lose their next 2 with Philly and KC, which is very possible, the Broncos clinch the AFC West in Week 15. So we win the next. If we win our next 2 and the Chargers lose their next 2, it's over. The race is over. That's kind of nice. Remember, David, reading these over the last couple years with the Broncos, where it was like the Broncos can clinch a wild card spot if they win, and like every 5 teams lose and someone ties. Like it was always some crazy thing that had to happen to get us in the playoffs. Not this time. We're talking about we're already in the driver's seat. This is a much different situation for us, and it just has to feel amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. Even though right now we're technically right in second place in the AFC, we're the only team in the AFC, as you stated, that truly controls their own destiny to the number 1 seed, man. New England needs us to drop some games if that's going to be the case. But right now, we control our destiny, and that is a wonderful place to be in, man.
Yeah. Shout out Kodiak, by the way, had septum sinus surgery. Hey, man, we love you. We're waiting for you to come back. Missed you on Horsepower Hour last night. Guys did a great job. They were thinking about you. So all the best out to you, buddy. DSW, there's a different stream. David's got.
It's my fault.
It's David's fault. He's got 2 streams going at once. One's made for, regular people. The other one's supposed to be for your phone, but for some reason it's messed up, and so it looks like our faces are too. I don't know what's going on, but just switch to the other stream.
Yeah,
on
just,
YouTube, and
just
it'll
hit
look
that
right.
button, man. It helps for exposure, showing showing Broncos country around the world.
Yeah, David Yunkin, as always in the house. Eagles may beat the Chargers. We're going to get into all that. David also saying New England may lose against the Bills next, and I think they will. So let's get into a little bit more of the nitty gritty now. So we know that the Chargers, let's go back just to refresh everybody who's just getting in the stream. I see a bunch of you out there, so welcome to the show. Thanks. Please like and subscribe to the channels. Helps us out a ton. Broncos 10-2. So let's do the Chargers first, David. Let's get rid of the Chargers. And how we do that is we look at their remaining schedule. So sorry, David Yunkin. Got to get rid of your. I got to hide your thing for just a minute. Everybody's in here. I'll get to your comments, but let's get on this and then we'll come back to comments in a little bit. So here is the Chargers schedule, David. Now, this is the hardest schedule out of anybody we're going to talk about here today. The Chargers at 8-4 have the Eagles Monday night. Luckily, at least they have them at home. Now, Herbert just had surgery on his left hand.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll play. But how's that going to affect him catching the ball, taking the snaps, doing some of the Herbert things that he does against the Chargers? The Chiefs are next. The Cowboys, who are suddenly super capable, especially at home. And then the rising Texans. And then they got to play the Broncos. And if the Broncos have something to play with, good luck with that at home at Mile High. David, the Chargers, they're screwed, right?
Dude, it's hard for me just looking at this on the surface with the injuries that they've had for me to pick them in any of these matchups for real. You're going to have a banged up Herbert. The offensive line's in shambles. We'll see when they get Omari and Hampton back. I think they just activated his window to return within the next 3 weeks or so. But we were kind of lucky. I think Philly's going to be fine down the stretch. People are overblowing their issues. I think they're going to get it together. They're still a championship team, in my opinion. We were lucky enough to face the Cowboys before they made those trades and acquisitions on the defense. And the Houston Texans, I have felt this, man, the entire time that once I saw Davis Mills, man, play that first full game, I was like, man, I think they're going to be able to make a run. So they're looking strong right now. They're starting to peak at the right time. The one game that I would question right now, Mike, is honestly our game against the Chargers, because Sean Payton hasn't beaten Jim Harbaugh yet. This has to be the game on January 4th where he finally gets over that hump, man, because it's going to be at home. I think we should be, unless something else crazy happens, knock on wood, we're the healthier team. And we should have still, I think, in my opinion, this is the last week of the season. Shoot, maybe we lose it.
It's a Stidham game.
The Chiefs stay out.
This is going to be the Jared Stidham, Tyler Bidet, A.T. Perry show, man. Come on.
Thank you. And you know what? And we'll still win. Now, maybe that helps the Chiefs get in. I don't know. Maybe you just intentionally tank that game. We see, is Sam Ehlinger still around? Is he on the practice squad? I forget if he's on the 53 or practice squad.
No, I thought we let him go. I thought he was gone, but maybe he's back. He's been cut 3 times to bring people on. And I don't know, when Greenlaw finally came back, did they cut him for real? What the thoughts of bringing him back? I thought maybe he was gone, but I'm not sure. But you bring up a great point, man. Think about how crazy that would be if the Chargers tank a game, or if the Broncos tank that game, and it keeps the Chiefs from getting in the playoffs. That is playing chess instead of checkers right there, bro.
You know what? And if we're in the position to do that, you absolutely do that.
You do that, and I'm going to show you why. Because the Chiefs, they've got the Texans this week. Go Texans, please. They need to win this game. They're playing at the Chiefs Sunday night, 7:20. That's a huge game for the Broncos and the AFC West. Because after that, they got the Chargers at home. They got the Titans. They got the Broncos coming there on the 25th, on Christmas Day, baby. 25th, playing at Arrowhead in December. I'm just saying, it ain't the easiest place to be. And then they got the Raiders to close it out. I would love to see, well, more than anything, I would love to see the Broncos go into Arrowhead and take care of business. But this is not a tough schedule for the Chiefs.
No, not at all. Right off the surface, I think they got 3 wins right there. We'll see what the Texans game looks like coming up. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's a great Sunday night game. As Yayo is saying, the Texans and Cowboys need to combine into one team. Jerry Jones would love that, but that's not reality, sadly. And hopefully the Texans can knock off the Chiefs, man. But man, I don't know. I still think right now on the surface, I think we'll be favored going into Kansas City by maybe like 1.5 right now if things like continue to go the way that they have. But that game is not a gimme, even though the uncomfortable conversation, Mike, and this is my prediction, people have not wanted to talk about it outside of you, me, and our YouTube community here, it seems like. But Bo Nix has outplayed Patrick Mahomes in both of his starts.
That's right.
If the Broncos are able to get a third win or a third win in a row against the Chiefs, should be 4, but
should be 4.
I wonder if the national media is actually going to start to go along with this agenda that Patrick Mahomes regressing, Bo Nix ascending. You got to at least have the conversation. Does Bo Nix own Mahomes in head-to-head matchups?
Man, it's not going to happen. I'm telling you. The win could happen. The Broncos could beat the Chiefs. In fact, I'm going to pick the Broncos to beat the Chiefs, and I'm going to say that Bo's going to outplay them. But the national media, no, they're not going to do that. They're so in love with Mahomes. Mahomes is every other word. At least we don't have Taylor Swift showing up in after every play, which made football almost unwatchable when the Chiefs were on for quite a while. But no, I think that narrative, I don't even know if that narrative will hold after we win the Super Bowl this year, David. I mean, Mario said it best on Altitude Adjustment last night. Once they all like planted their flag, those are my words, but they planted a flag that Bo Nix was a 2nd round draft pick. There was no reason to pick him. He's not good, and no matter what he does, he's about to set the record for most wins for a quarterback in their first 2 seasons. It's just never going to be good enough. They're going to keep moving the goalposts. It's going to take him a while.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I think a lot of people, man, they saw Bo Nix as like a Derek Carr guy, I guess, like coming into the draft. But man, Derek Carr couldn't lead any of these comebacks, man. We know, hey, he's inconsistent. But go watch Caleb Williams. Go watch these other quarterbacks. Yeah, Drake maybe not as inconsistent as some of the other guys, but he's right where he needs to be. And you just want to see him continue to get better as the year goes on, man. If Bo Nix is always going to be like Sean Payton in September, I will take that every time if it means we're winning the division.
Yeah, I don't get it. And honestly, the national media can say whatever they want. Like I don't care about power rankings. I don't care where the national media thinks they are, where the Broncos are, how good they think Bo Nix is. All I care about is that dub, man. We just keep winning, and everybody else keeps talking. But I will not slander Drake May. I've been watching that guy, and he looks like the real deal to me, and that's fine. He's not in the AFC West. I look forward to seeing them in the AFC Championship every year. I mean, it doesn't bother me one bit. You still got to play. They haven't played they've played the easiest schedule in the league, or the third easiest schedule in the league.
Do you got that pulled up? Do you got that pulled up by chance? The Patriots? Because I want to dunk on them.
Well, let's start with it. Here's the New England Patriots. First of all, here's the rest of their schedule. Do you want to look at their whole schedule? Is that what you want to see?
Yeah,
because here's what they've got
let's look at the
left.
whole schedule and then look at these last 4 games, man. Because
let's see if I can do this without screwing it up.
Oh, this is great. This is great.
Now, is this preseason?
Preseason. So they start with the Raiders, and they lost to the Raiders. And I thought the Raiders were going to be legit after week 1. And that
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, because that's right. Because this was the Geno Pete Carroll coming out party, right?
I was like, Pete Carroll defense, baby. It's it's gonna wreak havoc. No. I'm so dumb. Believing in the Raiders.
They beat the Dolphins. The Steelers beat them, and then just like us, September 21st. If you think way back when we were babies in September 21st, neither the Broncos nor the Pats have lost a game since that night, right there. So, but look who they've played. The Panthers before they started doing anything. This is a quality win, but the Bills have struggled all year. They're just now hopefully coming around into form. Saints, Titans, Browns, Falcons. These are literally all the teams, Jets, all the teams that are at the bottom of any sane person's power rankings. This is a quality win. Buccaneers. Look, they whipped the Giants when we, of course, they scored 33 points. It took them the whole game. It took us like 7 minutes to score 33 points. So I don't, I'd take that for
we didn't even start trying until the
fourth. We didn't.
They had to play the whole game. Yeah.
Bengals. They got the Bengals. So yeah, this isn't exactly the toughest schedule I've ever seen, and that's it. So now we're down to their last 4 games. They're at 11-2. I'm gonna go first, David. Let's figure this out. Pats are at 11-2. I say they lose to the Bills and the Ravens, and they go 2-2 out of these last 4.
Man.
So if they go I've got them at 2-2. What do you think? I
got them at 3-1. So
if they're gonna go 3-1, so we're gonna have to tie break this. We're gonna have to decide now which games do you think? You think they beat the Ravens? You think they beat the Bills? What do you got here? I mean, is this where the problem is?
I think they drop one of those games.
One of those, but not
both.
It's
tough because I think the Bills right now are a better team than the Ravens, but the Ravens will, they'll be at home. Screw it, dude. Let's just go with the Bills beating the Patriots and the Ravens beating the Patriots.
Dolphins could give them trouble too. Hey, just so you know, the Dolphins are only 1 game behind the Chiefs in the AFC race, wildcard race.
Pathetic, man. I really hope they don't.
Isn't that funny that the Dolphins are a game away from the Chiefs? Yeah, the Jets probably not. I mean, I could go either way here. But let's have them split for now. Let's go. We'll say 13-4 will be their final record. Okay. So if they're 13-4, here's the Broncos schedule. We're at 10-2. We take care of the Raiders, and then we've got the Packers at home. Tough game. We need to win 3 of these 5. If we do that, and the Pats go 2-2, we both end up 13-4, and we get the number 1 seed. But we got to win that Raiders game.
Yeah, this is huge. Really, the only one I realistically seeing us lose before week 18, would be possibly that Chiefs game. We should handle business, man, against the Raiders, against the Packers, and against the Jaguars. These are teams that I think. Now, Packers, I don't know. I think we're going to learn a lot about them this week against Chicago. because
Mhm.
a lot of these Packer fans don't want to give Chicago their credit. I think Chicago is a good football team this year. We'll see how they play. But yeah, I really see it. What would that be? 14-3? That would be insane, man. Going 8-9 2 years ago to end up 14-3 this year. But we could end up going 13-4 and still keeping the 1 seed, just dropping that game to the Chargers if that knocks the Chiefs out, dude. So we
Mhm.
can actually really play some 4D chess if we just win the next 3 straight. It's
Man,
the NFL, but it can be done. It can be done.
yeah, and the thing about the Broncos guys is they play down to their competition, but they also play up to their competition.
Yes.
So none of these games are unwinnable. They're all winnable games for the Broncos. I want to be conservative and say they'll win 3 out of the last 5 games. Now they've got 3 home games here. They haven't lost at home in 11 straight
Good.
games. So home field advantage is back in Mile High, guys. I hope you guys have noticed that. I say they beat the Raiders. I say they will beat the Packers at home. I think they will beat the Jags at home. That's 3 wins. I don't know that they beat the Chiefs. I don't think I'm still going to pick them because I don't have my orange glasses that I ordered yet, but I put them on.
We can do a Homer show soon.
I know, but we'll have to see because it's 3 weeks away. We don't really know, but to be safe, I would say Broncos finish 13-4. So if I
now,
put
do you like going into the playoffs? Okay.
Well, here's what
on a two game losing streak.
No, I don't. And I'm not saying we will, because one of these losses could be wins and the other one could be. I'm just trying to figure total wins and losses. There's always a game that you should win that you lose, and one you should have lost that you win. It just kind of goes weird like that. Someone might we almost got surprised by the Commanders. Thank God for Benito getting his hands on that 2-point conversion. Like things happen. All these guys are here to play. Mike needs more tabs open. Thanks, Kodiak. Why don't you shut up, mind your own damn business? Why don't you just lay down and get better? Well, smart ass.
Dude, is Julius a Chiefs fan? What has Bo Nix ever done in his resume? Dude, I'll let the chat cook you. I'll let the chat cook you.
And
Come
never
on,
compare
chat. Y'all
Bo
get
Nix.
in here, man. David, tell him to open up one more tab of Bo Nix aura. That's all that's missing. Yes,
Man.
and Mahomes Chiefs memes.
Yeah. Thanks for the view, Julius. Welcome to the show. Thanks for helping the stream. All I can go off is that he just outplayed him in the last game. So I'm not comparing. I wouldn't compare him to Mahomes. I don't have to. We're talking about the Broncos and we're talking about the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 6-6. The Broncos are 10-2. So scoreboard.
Oh yeah. Yeah. How many fourth quarter comebacks Mahomes have this year? Not many.
None, probably. All right. So sorry about the kind of ignoring the chat. We got so much. T-Fish is always a great viewer and a great follower. Thanks for coming in. Denver playing down to the opponents feels a little coping, if I'm being honest. I don't like it. Yeah. I don't blame you for not liking it. I don't like it either, but it kind of seems like that's what they do. They just seem to play down to their competition, and those
Can
are
I
just.
be honest though? It doesn't really bother me that much. It doesn't bother me that much. Am I
Well, it's because
crazy?
they win the games.
Yes, exactly, man. That's all I care about. Now, if we were, Mr. Inconsistency, man, where we're beating these good teams and then getting blown out by bad teams, yeah, I'd be pissed off about it. But hey, never apologize for a win. And Aqib Talib was talking about this, man. You got to be battle tested in the regular season, typically to have success going through the playoff tournament. So the fact that we've been in a lot of these tight games, we've won in a lot of different fashions, dude, man, I love it.
Yeah. Hydra. It took a blocked field goal for Mahomes to beat Nix, a fluke, an anomaly. It's true. Or to be 3 in a row. So yeah, we're not too worried about Nix or Mahomes.
I mean, we're more worried about the playoff whistle the Chiefs get once the Chiefs are in the playoffs. I mean, that's what we're really.
They don't. I mean, Kansas City doesn't know what to do right now. They're not getting all the free calls and everything that after they fired some refs and there was an investigation and like the Chiefs were just categorically getting like favored by everyone and the refs included. And the NFL said, well, we're watching. So you better be right when you make these calls. And yeah, it's hard to win when you're not getting all the free first downs.
No, they're being officiated like every other team.
Like everybody else.
Yeah.
So the Chargers, let's wrap the AFC West up real quick. Let me write these down. The Chargers are going to lose. They're going to go 2-3 here out of these last 5 is what I'm going to say.
7 losses.
So if they go 2-3, they finish 10-7. Might keep them in the playoffs. We'll see what happens. The Chiefs, did we figure out what they were going to do? Not that they really mattered. No, Siri, I wasn't talking to you.
How many wins they got right now?
6. I mean, they're in the hunt like the Dolphins and the rest of those mid teams.
Who loses to the Cowboys?
Who loses to the Cowboys? Exactly. Well, they lost to teams that, some people lose to the. I think they lost to the Philly, didn't they?
No.
The Texans. Who did they lost to somebody? Wait, let's look at their schedule because I know that they lost to 2 teams that we beat easily.
Yeah, they lost to Philly.
All right, so we are here. They lost to the Cowboys. They beat the Colts, who we didn't beat, so we'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Where is it? Eagles. It was the Eagles. Yeah. Beat the Eagles.
Beat the Chargers. That's nice. Yeah.
You can't go losing 6 games and come talking all this smack. Like we don't
man. And hey, we got a chance to beat Jacksonville here in a couple weeks. So
yeah, that's a big game too. All the AFC. We have 1 game in the NFC, and the rest are all AFC games for us. So it's going to help with a lot of tiebreakers. We finished 13-4, and we don't have to worry about tiebreakers, guys. We just take care of business, and we're the number 1 seed. But the Chiefs, this is their schedule. They got the Texans, Chargers, Titans, easy game. You never know. Broncos and Raiders. I say they win 3 out of 5 of these.
I think that's pretty par for the course for how the Chiefs have been playing this year.
Mm-hmm. You could be nice and give them. You could even give them
4-1 down the stretch.
You can give them 4-1, and that finished 10-7, tied with the Chargers. I don't know who wins that tiebreak. We'll get into that later in the season, but guys, the AFC West is pretty much over. I think I have one. I wanted to have right here. I do have it. KC, look at this. This is so the playoff scenarios are limited right now. There's really just like elimination stuff. There's not a whole lot of people being able to lock anything up or guaranteed a playoff spot or anything. But KC is knocked out of AFC West title contention with a loss and any Denver win. Okay. That's for the rest of the season. So just remember that. The Kansas City has to win every game for the rest of the season, and the Broncos has to lose every game for the rest of the season for the Chiefs to win the AFC West.
I love this, man. I love
That's
this.
Not happening.
Fans, if you're watching, dude, go ahead and put those orders in for those Drake-made jerseys, man. You got to jump back on the Patriots bandwagon here because this is the Broncos division now, baby.
Yeah, and the other one's funny too because if Kansas City loses any game and the Chargers win any game, the Chiefs can't win the AFC West. So really, they are in no way a competition for the AFC West. They're going to be lucky to get into the playoffs. Those are not available yet. There's no scenario where they are out of the playoffs, but they're basically out of contention for the AFC West, and that just leaves us with the Chargers. And we've already looked at that gauntlet of a schedule, David. The Chargers are not going to come back. There's no way they come back. What's going on? I lost control of. Is that Mario?
Wait a minute. This isn't KOA.
No, this.
What kind of link did you send me? I thought this was going to be something important, Mike.
A real show? Like altitude adjustment, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mario. It's Mile High Mario. Welcome to the show, buddy. What's
I thought this was a mid-roll ad.
Look at these freaking guys with their long ass faces. Your guys' faces are longer than the Broncos winning streak.
This is David's fault for trying to use the two streams at the same time. You got the one where our face is like this close to the camera. Yeah.
What's up, guys? What are you talking about?
Hey,
all right,
we got some Chiefs fans in the chat, man. They're coping, man. They're saying Nix has done nothing on his resume, man. What do you think about all that?
Here's the thing. The first thing that I will say is Chiefs fans are the most insecure group of people I think that we have ever seen. Because, like seriously, how unbelievably insecure do you have to be to have won 9 straight division titles, to have gone to the AFC Championship game, I think 7 years in a row, to win 3 Super Bowls in 5 years or whatever it is, and you are so wildly insecure with your football team and with yourself. Like, you as a human being are so insecure that you have to try to tear down a team that is quite simply better. Like, by every metric, better record by a lot, and won in a head-to-head. So, like, honestly, guys, the best advice that I can give you and any Bronco fans, you have to treat it like a flame. Like, a flame without oxygen dies. You cannot continue to give these people oxygen, and you just have to allow them, theoretically, to die. They cannot handle the weight of their team's failures. And see, the other thing about these people is they have nothing else going on in their lives. So for the entirety of the Chiefs franchise, when they were terrible and they were nothing and they were nobody, I think maybe they they tried harder to find joy in other aspects of life. But now in the last decade, they have poured their entire heart and soul and personality into a football team, into an entity over which they have zero control. And it's great when it's great, but when said thing starts to spiral out of control and you have nothing to do with it because, again, you have no control over it, then you crash out. So it's fine. Like, when you lack control over something, if it's good, then you feel really good. But now that it's not good and you don't have control over it, then you have no control over yourself and over your emotions. So you don't want to listen to logic and you don't want to listen to reasoning. And I'll say this, guys, and then I'll let you be on your way. And I am really glad that I got to take a dump on Chiefs fans in my limited time. If you are comparing Bo Nix, like Bo Nix's second season, to Patrick Mahomes' second season, which was technically Mahomes' first season starting, then yeah, like obviously Bo Nix is not year 2, year 3, year 4 Patrick Mahomes. But I think the reason that they're so obsessed with this is because they see the cracks starting to form, okay? They realize that if they're not getting help from the officials, they're an average to slightly above average team. And the Cowboys game really illustrated how far they have fallen as a franchise and as a fan base, because for the first time since the Mahomes era began, a game was officiated fairly.
Yeah, we talked about that.
The officials did not give them a win, did not, bail them out repeatedly, like we saw them try to do against the Broncos. The Broncos still won despite their best efforts. They have no idea what an actual, well officiated game looks like. So they assume that it was poorly officiated. How does it feel to be treated just like everybody else?
You're one of
It-
us now.
You're one of us. So I guess your team is just going to have to win based on their own merits and actually have to rely on being good. But yeah, like, of course, if you're comparing Nix to early Mahomes, Nix isn't that, he's not. And that's okay. Bronco fans know that. We're not disillusioned and insecure into thinking that, oh, well, like Bo Nix is basically Mahomes. No, he doesn't need to be, and that's okay. But you know what Nix is that Mahomes isn't? 10-2 this year.
10-2,
You know what Nix is that Mahomes isn't this year? First place in the AFC West. You know what Mahomes is, but Nix isn't this year. Is a check down artist. Look at the average depth of target, and I don't like these nerd terms. Average depth of target, DVOA or TBT, LGBTQ, whatever metrics that they are, tell us that Patrick Mahomes is in fact more of a check down artist than Bo Chapman Nix.
All right. So, folks, yeah. First of all, Mario, thanks for crashing. I want to say before you go, guys, this is I just put this up on the screen in the background. Let's talk Broncos. Altitude adjustment. Now, if you look down to my left, your right, it says, are the Broncos frauds? Yeah, little clickbaity. Had to have it, though, because that was a banger of a show. It is an hour of Mario talking exactly about what we're talking about right here. I can't urge you enough to go back and watch this episode because he covers all this perfectly to a T. I wouldn't even try it. Mario, you are the man. Your show is awesome. Thanks for coming on. We're gonna I'm gonna put the link in the description. It's not like nobody knows who you are. You're famous. You're Mile High Mario. Come on.
I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy that rambles and likes to talk sports and talks shit about Chiefs fans. And a handful of people seem to enjoy it. And yeah,
right.
Spoiler alert, the Broncos are not frauds. And I'll leave y'all with this and I'll get out of your hair. My favorite part about being considered a fraud, because we've heard it as Bronco fans. Like everybody wants to label us a fraud, and that's fine. But you know what kind of teams don't get labeled frauds? Bad teams. Teams that are 6-6. Teams that are on the outside. Good teams do not get accused of being frauds. That's just what it is. And it's other fans trying to cope with the fact that they didn't expect success from a certain team. So Bronco fans, be glad that people think that your team is fraudulent. Because if your team was mid, if your team was ass, if your team was in the hunt, nobody is accusing them of being frauds. Is anybody accusing the Chiefs of being frauds? No. Why? Because they're 6-6. And I think they're exactly where they deserve to be, just like the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, they're just right where they be, just like the Dolphins, who they're almost tied with in the AFC race. So Mario Vitanzi, ladies and gentlemen, get out of here, you sicko.
Yeah, now, Mike, I just had one issue with what Mario said. And I thought about it, and he helped me connect the dots. The Chiefs aren't all Chiefs fans have had for the last 9 years. They've also had the Cowboys and Patriots.
It's true. Sometimes you need to make your points a little quicker.
I know.
It'll be a little more snappy on that. Mario's just left us on. We want to watch Mario drive home. He's still
Mario's cooking. Mario, I sent you a message on Discord. Read it.
He's listening to the show just in case we talk about him again, because you know who doesn't like to hear about themselves. All right, let me get caught up on this chat, and then we're gonna put a nail in the coffin for the number one seed in the AFC. Little PP vibes for KC. Yeah, they're peeing in their pants. Mario, you're wrong. Anything that starts with Mario, you're wrong, is immediately like off the show. So sorry about that. Mario's never been wrong in his life. Rich, Eagles fans are spoiled ones right now. Are they? I guess I haven't been paying that much attention. They're a struggling, They're a Super Bowl hangover team. They're probably going to be fine. I don't know.
Get it together, man.
They'll
They're
get it.
still,
Yeah.
dude. They just egged their offensive coordinator's house. He's gonna lock in.
Yeah, that's right.
Like,
They did.
that's just what happens when you live in Philly, dude. That happens. You just lock in.
Somebody, Marky. What's up, Marky? Find somebody that loves you the way Patrick Mahomes loves to tap his helmet after being taken to the ground. Yeah, everything's a roughing the passer. Spoiled. It's a tough league out there, boys. The whole league hates the Broncos, and I love it. Bo was 20-9 in his 2 seasons, and his second season's not over yet. Yeah, he could set the record, David, for most wins in his 2 years.
I love
5
it.
games
And
to
let
go.
me just say, I hope they still keep talking about us as frauds and that fans still call our Denver Broncos frauds because our team thrives off that. And it wouldn't surprise me if Sean Payton does his little 4D magic stuff with his media friends and gets them to talk poorly about this team again leading up to the playoffs. That's what I want.
I know. I love it. I love it. AJ Money. I feel like we will beat the Chiefs again, and the Texans will beat them. They will go 3-2 in their last 5. Yeah, we were very tempted to go 3-2 in the last 5. We ended up at 4-1 just to give them the benefit of a doubt, but that still only gives them 10-7, and that's not going to be enough. And Marky, don't worry about the tabs I have open. We had a lot to cover tonight. And my producer, Chewy, took the night off, so I'm solo here trying to push all the buttons. So, just mind your own show. Don't worry about mine. Just kidding. Marky Sports, great show. Check him out. I'll put his link down there, too.
Oh, yeah.
He's also in the top 5 fastest growing shows. What's up, fellas in chat? D-Rock, what's up, brother? Mahomes, what's this comment? Crushing it show. Is this Mahomes is 1-1 against Nix block field goal luck? Is this the cat you had on your show on Horsepower? Is that
this is Miles? This is Miles. He
is
does
it Miles?
a lot of play-by-play stuff. So y'all go support Crushing It show. He's trying to get to 200 subs, y'all.
So as many of you know, I do the mic'd up podcast reviews, YouTube reviews. I did a lot of that stuff. I'll do that in the off season. I don't really do it during the season because I'm busy doing shows, but this is a new one for me. I did catch Miles on Horsepower Hour last night for a little bit, and he did a great job. So I will be subscribing. I hope you guys check him out too. Yeah, Miles goes on. The media refuses to say they were wrong about Bo and the Broncos. Yeah, and so that's part of what we were talking about, the preconceived. Once you plant your flag, you die on that hill that Nix isn't it or the Broncos aren't it. The media is hesitant to change their mind because then everybody goes back and says, "Oh, look what you said here. You said this." And so we've kind of done that to them in a way. But David and I don't play that. We're the first to call ourselves out. And I've made predictions that are just ridiculous. And it's just part of none of us know what's going to happen, which makes this isn't college football. You can't pick the champs like week 1.
It's not a vote. An outstanding prediction right now that we need to talk about. And that is if Mercedes Lewis and A.T. Perry both score touchdowns this regular season, we are winning the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
That's going to happen.
Wait, say that again. A.T. Perry
and Mercedes Lewis.
And Mercedes Lewis.
Those guys score touchdowns this regular season. You can 100% guarantee, dude. If those guys are scoring touchdowns, we're going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Well, I think they're going to win the Super Bowl anyway. I don't need 41-year-old Mercedes Lewis to score a touchdown for me to believe that. But speaking of that, the tight ends. Can we talk about the Broncos only had 2 tight ends on the team last week, Troutman and Ingram, and Sean Payton decided, hey, I might as well use them for the first time this season. And guess what? They both had great games, were a huge part of the win. What are we missing there, David? We need a tight end, right? Like we still need one, but these guys can get the job done. It's like everybody was blaming Ingram and Troutman for their play, but they weren't part of the game plan from what I could tell going back and watching games. It looks like they were last week, and it ended up being huge for us.
Yeah. I think we got a decent tight end room right now, guys. Again, I don't know where your messages went, man. Who knows? But you're here. That's all that matters. But hey, we remember, guys. Mike and I were just talking about this before we went live. We used to have a tight end room led by Greg Dulcich and Lucas Kroll. All right, not too long ago. Not too long ago. Okay,
That's true.
this is an improvement. Evan
Yeah.
Ingram, Adam Troutman, improvement over those guys. Now, I was devastated to see Mark Andrews sign to an extension today. That sucks. I still would like to make another addition into this room in the offseason, but this tight end room is good enough if Sean Payton builds them into the plan. And not only did we see Evan Ingram with a 41-yard reception in overtime, speeding past DBs, okay? That was great to see. Guys, do not forget, we saw Adam Troutman make a guy miss on Sunday.
That's right. Little spin move down the sideline.
Yeah, and you saw the whole sideline get up for that. They're like, what? And hey, he's a fullback, but I still consider him part of the same group. Adam Prentice is becoming one of my favorite unsung heroes of the team. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of him. And of course, we're getting Root Beer Atkins back here soon. So
I was going to ask you, what's the latest on Atkins? Maybe that could help take care of the fact that we've only got like change of pace backs is all we have back, with RJ, Bidet, and I see you looking, hang on, and Jaleel. Those are all kind of the same back in some ways. We don't have a bruiser back. Do you think that they're just waiting for Adkins? Is that why we're not going out and signing somebody?
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see what Prentice can do with some short yardage carries. I mean, we've seen both him and Atkins take those fullback dives well, but I'm curious, given Adam Prentice a handoff from like under center, like a single eye under center set. And I do want to give RJ props. I mean, the blocking was fantastic on the goal line these past 2 games.
Yeah.
The blocking was great, but he ran well in the red zone. Like that was great to see.
He's a red zone weapon. I'll give you that. He's great in the passing game. I love RJ, but we need, without J.K. Dobbins in there, this team is averaging like 2.6 yards a carry.
Yes.
I mean, it's not where we want to be when we go into the playoffs. The Broncos, I tweeted this out earlier, and I don't know if I even have it on here, but the running game, geez, you would think with having every tab under the sun on here that I would have that. But the Broncos, this is in the past 11 years, this is the second best yard per carry team we've had in 11 years, including the Super Bowl years. Check it out. Check out the stats. So 4.6 yards per carry, but JK was averaging 5 yards a carry. And over the 1,500 yards we have rushing, he's at like 770 of it or something, more than half of it. So when you take him out of the equation, David, where are those, we're losing 2 yards a carry on average. I mean, none of those guys have averaged over 3 yards a carry. We're going to need some help in the run game if we're going to go far in the playoffs, I think.
Well, people don't want to hear this, but I would still see what's up. See if Ezekiel Elliott's in half decent shape. Okay. Of course, Gus Edwards, some of those other guys are a little dusty. I'm cool with, right?
I can get you 10 yards, 10 carries a game, though.
Yeah.
3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Let's go.
Dude, that's all we need. We just need him on the practice squad. It was great to see us sign Elijah Moore to the practice squad because we saw this offense really struggle, even though he's not really involved in the offense now much, like in terms of targets. But Marvin Mims, all the pre-snap stuff that he does, I think I think that all just helps calm Bo down and gets him in rhythm. And so if Marv goes down, you got Elijah Moore. I think that can do some of those things and hopefully a little bit more dependable than, all the love to Michael Bandy. But, we don't need a Rudy story come playoff time if that's what we have to resort to. So, yeah, I like that. Let's just get another running back on the practice squad. Thank you, Coach Chris, for joining. My membership, I have posted, members only, a link to my Discord where you can now talk with all your favorite Broncos content creators and fans. So get on there and join. Yeah, but please identify yourself so we know you're Coach Chris,
Yeah, love it. Love it. All right. Well, to make all these great things happen, well, before we go anywhere, Coach Chris comes in $50. One of the biggest I've seen in a long time. Coach, during the halftime of the KC game, Sean said they were a first half team. We've been saying that all year. It's just weird to hear it when your coach says it. I mean, like in our house, it's like, we're a fourth quarter team. We're a fourth quarter team. And we are. But yeah, that was interesting. And Chris, I can't thank you enough, Coach. During the halftime of the KC game, Sean said they were a first half team. They had them where they wanted. Do you think Sean is just playing vanilla so as to not give too much away? Look at the play and calls during those surges. Love the show. Well, first of all, thank you for loving the show. And obviously the super chat is huge.
Thank you.
The super chats, honestly, is what keeps us going. It really helps us out more than enough. More than I can say. So thanks again. And thanks for joining up in the Discord. I will see you in there. Like everybody that you would want to be in there is in there, and David set that up. So it's amazing. So a lot of truth to this. We've talked about it, but I've always thought that Sean likes to go, hey, we're the strength of this team is the defense. We're just going to play it. We're going to play field position. We're going to play it tight. I'm going to pull the reins in on Bo. I'm going to pull the reins in on Bo. And then, so it's not that he's playing vanilla, but maybe that's just terminology. He kind of just doesn't let Bo go until later. And then he's like, screw it, Bo, go do what you got to do and win the game. I think that's more accurate way to put it, Coach.
I think so too, man. And I would encourage you, Coach Chris, to go listen to whatever the show is with RK and Aqib Talib, whatever it's called. No Lie Zone. From a couple weeks ago. And he talked about this exact question and related it back to the 2013 team, where I think Gary Kubiak realized after a certain portion of the season that, man, as long as they don't look like a total disaster offensively, this defense is just going to win the games. So lean into that. And it kind of became the identity of the team.
Excuse me. God, Coach Chris has got me all choked up.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Coach Chris.
Coach Chris. All right.
Man.
We got to figure out a way to wrap this all up. So we're winning the West. We're winning the first seed. We're going to take the first seed. We mapped that all out for you. If you missed the beginning of the show, there's about twice as many viewers now as there was at the beginning of the show. So maybe some of you did go back and watch it from the beginning. We mapped out how we're going to win it, how we're going to take the first seed and win the AFC West. But to do that, David, unless I'm mistaken, you got to win the games. And this is the first
win the game.
You play to win the game. Now, can you tell me what coach said that? Trivia for extra points?
Yes. He coached Arizona State and had all these recruiting violations. But it was Herm Edwards, right? And then you also had Dennis Green. We let him off the hook, right?
They were they were who we thought they were.
Yes, we let him off the hook.
Dude,
that was a Bears win.
You always know your coach is getting fired when he yells and bangs on the table and gets all fired up. You always know he's about to lose his job.
Yeah, or I mean, when he just starts out training camp hugging every player onto the practice field, dude. Like this is 8 and under football.
This show needs to go on longer. It's still going, buddy. Don't lose faith. We're still here to make up for Kodiak. Kodiak's not on this show. Hydra, Kodiak's not on every David show. This is the Monsters. He should be on the show, but he's not on here.
He lives in my basement.
Herm Weber's.
I only let him out when I want to.
We knew who they thought they were, and we let him off the hook.
Dude. Yeah, shout out
Better
to
than
Rex
Jim
Grossman. Underrated, he was a quarterback of the Chicago Bears, I guess I'll say. He was a quarterback.
He was a quarterback.
Yeah. Shout out to Rex.
Played, was he Texas? Did he play for Texas?
Florida.
College ball? Oh, that's right, Rex. Sexy Rexy. That's right.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, so we got to beat the Raiders first, David, for any of this to happen. Now, of course, it's not a must win, but it's a win that the Broncos almost have to have, because this seals some deals for the Broncos in the AFC. This is the tiebreaker game. We win this one, and then we win all the tiebreakers. We don't have to worry about tying anybody and losing on tiebreakers. Now, looking at this matchup, this looks pretty good for the Broncos. What do you see, or what are your thoughts on this game?
All right. Las Vegas's offense, disastrous. Guys, I know we have not liked the offense in many of these games, okay? But it has been good enough. It has been good enough with our defense. And hey, 13th in the NFL right now in points per game. This is not college football. If we can get this up to like 25, 26 by the end of the season, oh, dude, that's a top 10 offense, man. That's what I'm talking about. But the Raiders, even though they're 31st, they might have a slight upgrade now that, I'm assuming their play caller is sober. So that is something that we need to watch out for. But this is a game that I'm expecting the Broncos to be offended that the lowly Cleveland Browns had 10 sacks on this team, man. And, man, we should have had so many more sacks on Marcus Mariota, dude. We made him look like he was Ben Roethlisberger out there in the pocket, scrambling around. That was ridiculous. We need the pass rush to lock the heck in this week. And I think go for 11 sacks in this game.
Yeah, I think the defense is going to just thrive on sacks against Geno. It says E. Smith. Is his name not Geno Smith? That's weird. Maybe Emmitt Smith is their starting quarterback now. But Geno Smith, 15 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Janty's averaging 3.5 yards a carry. I think Bowers is a superstar tight end. But if you don't have time to throw it to him, it's not going to help you out there much.
They say Brady was involved, right, in the hiring of Chip Kelly. He was a Chip Kelly guy, all right? Then you got to wonder, or then you would deduce, I guess, that Tom Brady played a part in the draft. Why the hell are you drafting Ashton Genty at pick number 6 when you have no offensive line?
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude? What are you doing, Tom Brady? I'm not going to complain too much. Because, Raiders, but dude, really, Tom Brady? Really?
I watched we all watched the draft, and I love Genty as much as the next guy, but I'm not about taking running backs with a top 5 pick like generational.
You got our 5'8" running back at pick 60. Not pick 60.
Yes, it's like he's the same. RJ was actually led Genty in a lot of the stats. They're very comparable. It made no sense to me. I like the way the Broncos are doing things now, and obviously they're 2-10 and we're 10-2, so that speaks for itself. But Al Davis has been dead for a number of years, and they're still drafting the fastest guy in the draft or the speediest or flashiest guy. They can't help themselves. I don't know why that is, but he's not going to be a difference maker. You never find out who that guy is until later, like Terrell Davis, 6th-round draft pick. Like you never know with running backs. You never know with a lot of positions. So I don't like taking running backs early in the first round anyway. But I see this game. The only thing going for the Raiders in this game is that it's in Vegas. But that's a neutral site. I mean, that's Somebody called it, it's a skybox for rich people. Like there's going to be like half Raiders fans there, half Broncos fans, and then the rest of it's just going to be people there partying. So it's a neutral site game. Nobody travels to Vegas to see not too many anyway. So I see the Broncos winning this. I think we need a get right game. If that makes sense, being on a 9-game win streak and needing a get right game. I think this would be a good one to for the defense to get right. I thought that was a sloppy game or a bad game plan / good game plan by the Commanders. Whatever, call it what you want. We need to whip these guys solidly.
Yes. That game from Washington, it was bad for my anti Cliff Kingsbury agenda. Dude,
agenda. Are you even keeping track of all your narratives and agendas? Because I'm gonna have to.
Probably some weirdos, dude, that watch every show.
He's keeping track of yours.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but dude, Riley Moss, please, good Lord, just have a game where nothing goes on. Please make an interception. Man, I would love to see that. Make an interception. He did so good at not getting any penalties this last game. Now, dude, you got beat by the Eddie Lacy version of Deebo Samuel. Inexcusable, dude.
Yeah.
You can't allow any of these Raiders wide receivers. Who do they even have at wide receiver? Dante Thornton? I mean, he's fast, but, he's a rookie.
Jacoby Myers? Is Jacoby Myers playing?
Oh, he's on the Jags now. So I don't even know who they got. Trey Tucker. It's going to be Trey Tucker. That's it. Pat Surtain facing Trey Tucker. Well, I imagine he'll face more of Brock Bowers, obviously. Him and Jade. But I just want to see a good game from Riley. I want to come on the show on Sunday with Zach and you and not even think about Riley Moss.
Well, Myers is still the third leading receiver on the team. So Tucker's got 44 receptions, 5 touchdowns, 500 yards. After that, it's just a bunch of.
Is Tyler Lockett still there?
Yeah, he's on there, but he's listed as 13 catches for 150 yards. So he's averaging over 10 yards a catch, so that's nice. But
he did cook Riley Moss in his first ever start, in Seattle of last year. I don't know if you remember that. Kodiak was crashing out. I remember that.
Yeah.
But then he bought his jersey. He's like, Riley Moss is a disaster.
I need to get to this comment by Coach Chris. Yeah, DJ apparently did not practice today. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that. I don't know what that was all about. Looks like I got a note here that says Ellis did practice, and so we might be getting Ellis.
Thank God.
We'll see how that works out, but hopefully he comes back in. But yeah, let's keep an eye on DJ. Yeah, the Broncos travel well. They sure do. They've only lost 2 games all year, and they were both road games, but they've still won a bunch of them. Coach says he doesn't care if we win by 100 or 1. We just need to win. I know, but I'm just older than you probably, and I need my.
Oh man, Max Crosby was limited with a knee.
It doesn't mean anything. He's tougher than nails. Besides, we haven't let him affect a game in a while. Bo Nix has his number. Latif, sorry, got here late, so I'm watching from the beginning. Go Broncos. Thanks for watching, Latif. Appreciate you.
It gets better as time goes on.
It does. The show we're just getting warmed up here in Mile High Monsters. Yeah, Myers was traded. They have a rookie back. Well, I don't see him with anything.
Yeah, they have not been targeted.
10 receptions. Yeah, he's got 10 receptions. So he's caught 10 passes. So good on him. Wow, we just change your name to like Stat Chris, and then you just do all our stats for us while we do the show, so I don't have to do this stuff. Trey Tucker is actually a solid player, but yes, 0 excuses. Okay, Marky.
Like Trey Tucker.
Yeah. Alice will give Cooper and Bonito a break. Boy, it would be nice if he came back. They probably could use a break. Dante Thornton for a concussion. Oh,
Hey,
got a concussion. When did that happen? Last game?
Might have been, yeah. But
So
this is something I'm looking for right now. Now that Pat Surtain is back,
mhm.
we elevated Reese Taylor onto the active roster because of Pat Surtain. So he's still technically on this 53. That he's going to be somebody that I'm looking at to see if maybe he is cut and put back down on the practice squad as of Saturday, because Sean Payton, you got to be listening to me, man. We just got to know, man. Can A.T. Perry catch some of these deep long balls better than Troy Franklin? This is the game to find out. This is just the game to find out, man.
I think Elijah Moore and A.T. Perry both can catch the long ball better than Franklin, but Franklin's,
I'm not saying we
he's our guy.
Franklin. Let's just have 7 wide receivers active because Will Jordan Humphrey's going to do his thing. All right. I just want to find out, Sean Payton. I just want to find out, why the hell did you sign this guy if we're never going to find out?
I want to say that you got off of the Tyler Bidet train.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a little bit more capable of running in the tackles than Jaleel and RJ. Are you thinking maybe we should give him another shot on, what has he got, 2 carries in the year? Something like that.
Yeah, no.
I mean, are you staying off of?
No, we got higher upside with RJ. Now, maybe Jaleel. I'm not going to split hairs over what you're doing with Jaleel and Bidet. I'm just not. But, dude, RJ Harvey needs 20 looks between the passing game and the running game. He just needs 20 looks. So save one for TP Perry. That's all I care about. Caleb Lohner game, absolutely not, Marky. I think
that's against
we are loaning him out to the UFL this spring to continue to learn how to play the game of football.
Yeah, he was in for 5 plays, and got 4 penalties in that one game that I saw.
Disaster, dude. Yeah,
it was just a disaster.
Pick.
I hated that pick when it happened. I still hate it. And I actually bookmarked a bunch of tweets of people predicting how he was going to be a red zone killer and he was going to be this and that. And
it was probably all videos from me.
They were like, I had them all, and I thought, you know what? I'm not even going to use them. I'm just going to let it go, because that's what we do. And this offseason, when we're doing like shows leading up to the draft and we're talking about these players, how they're going to be the best, like these undrafted free agent wide receiver signings, we're going to be like, dude, this guy's going to get 10 touchdowns this year. And then like they won't even make the team. We do it every year and we don't care because we're still
fans. To do like a compilation of like the best worst takes.
Our best work takes. We'll do that. We got to find time to do that. After the season, we'll definitely find time. We'll get Kodiak when he's healthy. He's good at making shorts and doing that nerd stuff.
And he's got a great memory too.
Oh God, I hope he doesn't have a great memory. Make me look like an idiot real quick. Utah 801 says Sean's going to use Mims as a hybrid running back. That explains the injury insurance of the Moore signing. I love the conspiracy theory stuff.
Well, he had 1 carry for 8 yards this past week. I would like to see Marvin Mims used more in the running game with, as you pointed out, our struggling yards per carry average right now post J.K. Dobbins injury. I wouldn't mind more of that.
Well, he's probably averaging like 7 or 8 yards a carry, but you can't run jet sweeps forever. Eventually but if you run them enough, then you can fake it, Sean. You could fake the jet sweep, thank you, and hit RJ in the flat on the other side. But that's just me talking out loud.
Jet sweeps with Noah Fant all the time.
Oh yeah, like the first call was a jet sweep fumble or something for a loss, and Hackett was that Hackett that did that.
Oh no, yeah, maybe. Wait,
or was it Peyton?
Hackett had traded Fant for Russell Wilson. Well, Hackett didn't do that, but
I don't know.
He didn't play with Hackett.
Man, we are a world away from the Hackett era. Sean Payton literally came in here and saved this franchise.
Well, where is Nathaniel Hackett now?
He's a defensive advisor for the Jets or somebody.
No way.
Seriously,
he's a defensive analyst for the Green Bay Packers.
He's a
Okay,
defensive analyst.
dude,
for
this guy
Green
was
Bay.
so bad at offense. He's a defensive analyst now.
Yeah,
Good
and
Lord.
he was supposed to remember he was a genius, offensive genius when we brought him in. So yeah. And,
Who's the OC here though? When Hackett was here, I wonder what he's up to because he called a couple good games after.
well, the thing about him was he was a tight ends coach, like for the Packers or something, and he was just I can't remember Oatman. His name began with an O, I think.
I wanted to say Otger. That's hockey.
He was, I mean, he was just a tight ends coach. Like that was that team had not one qualified coach on it, and it showed. What a mess. If anybody can remember who his OC was, put it in the chat because look it up because I remember I thought it began with an O and he was just some big doofus tight end coach, like had no business. And it was very obvious that we had no chance of winning any games pretty early. Remember we were counting down the clock so that they would get the snap off in time. Like what a time to be a Broncos fan, man. It was just hilarious.
You know, my wife made a reel like documenting the start of football season for that season. And so she got my whole reaction to that first Russell Wilson game in Seattle with like the whole field goal. Dude, I was so depressed. Justin Otten.
Yeah, so it was Otten. Thanks, Marky. And I remember they go to the first time I see Hackett and Otten together was at a Nuggets game. And they're like, "What's up? We're ready." They're all like living the high life and they're banging the drums and they're like, and I'm like, "Oh man, this is so anti-Fangio. This is going to be fun. These guys are going to be a blast." And then it was just a complete disaster. So good times.
Otten is a run game specialist and assistant line coach with the Seattle Seahawks.
So those jobs are like almost volunteer jobs. Like you can almost get like when you're a something assistant, it's like you're like Dwight Schrute on The Office, where the assistant to the district manager.
Sean Payton, there's a man named Kodiak Broncos who would love to work for you.
And he probably will at some point in time.
Yeah. Oh, Mike, I forgot. Can we take a look at the Kalshi odds for this Broncos Raiders game before we get too off track?
I wish you would. Do you have them? You do.
Yeah,
you
just put my.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Hang on. I got to remove.
Yeah.
I got to remove this and add that.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go. So, guys, again, Kalshi sponsoring David Talks Broncos, helping me pay the bills. My friend Mike's so kind. Let me plug this on here. But use the code DTB for a $10 bonus when you deposit $10 and start trading over there. So it's all peer-to-peer. So you can do kind of different custom lines, alternate lines, spreads, different things like that. You can place, wagers on the Super Bowl, which I put $25 down a few weeks ago for the Broncos.
Really cool.
Super Bowl. But I do have, a few dollars here put on the Broncos to win, to cover the 7.5 point spread against Las Vegas, dude. This should be a game that we win and hopefully win it convincingly. If you want to join me over there in other Broncos games, Kalshi, use the code DTB. Link is also in the description of my videos.
Yeah, love it. Kalshi, let's go. David, the people watching this show need to know we've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. If they can't handle 2 spots, we're in trouble. I mean, thank God for Coach with the super chat. But yeah, you do you do an hour and a half show. You're going to expect a commercial here and there. All right, for those few of you out there that are watching on my channel, very few compared to David's, but just in case, this is David Talks Broncos. It is his wonderful YouTube channel, and he's got 650 videos on there. The guy's been working his ass off, and he's loved for a reason. Guys, get over there, check out David, and get subscribed. You should be subscribed to both of us. Little announcement to make for Mic'd Up. It's a bit of a rebrand here, David. We're the Mile High Monsters. We've got the Mile High Monsters logo with Zach, Mike, and David up in the corner. Don't worry, it's still mic'd up. The thing is that Mic'd Up is a show. And if you guys are familiar with that show, I bring in Ryan Edwards and I bring David in, or I bring in, whoever, and Brandon Perna, and I pit them against each other. And we have like a contest. We do trivia. We do all that stuff. I keep score and announce a winner.
It's like Price is Right.
Only better.
Yes, but Broncos and no prizes.
And no prizes. And it's also like round the corner, except there's only 2 of them. But anyways, it's a blast. But I only do it in the off season, and it never felt right having Mic'd Up, but not doing any Mic'd Up episodes. And when started collabing with my man Dave here and Zach, we just got to talking, and I was like, man, I've always wanted to call it the Mile High Monsters, and it just seemed like the perfect time for the rebrand. So there it is. Follow us both, subscribe to us both. We really appreciate it. Dave, we've got a good thing going here, man. We are undefeated still on the post game. Don't forget, let's talk Broncos. David talks Broncos, and your boy here, Mike Carmelini, at the Mile High Monsters. We do a post game show after every game. It's the best one in the country by far.
I haven't told you this, but I haven't changed my underwear once since this Broncos winning streak started. So.
You didn't have to tell me, because Kodiak lives in your basement, and he said he can smell them from down there.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually, we won't get too graphic, but yeah. Kodiak knows. He lives in the basement.
Now, Utah, I refuse to believe that bidet is the correct pronunciation. I think you got tired over the years of the bad jokes.
I don't know. I think the bidet jokes are worse than being a baddie.
I mean, exactly. Like, he named himself after a butt washer now. Somebody should have told him what a bidet was before he did that. But damn, there goes the show. Like, what are you talking about? The show's not going anywhere. It's kind of.
Oh, Mike, up. I was thinking about this though. How many episodes of Mic'd Up have you put out? Like the show, the Mic'd Up show, not the entire channel. The show you were talking about.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I got an idea for you.
20.
Oh, okay. Because Roku, they got Price is Right channel, where all they do is play Price is Right. They have Survivor channel. They have Hell's Kitchen channel, right? When you get enough episodes, dude, you could just have a 24-hour constant premiere of the Mic'd Up episodes.
That sounds like work.
No, you just string them all together and just hit play.
And just let them
forever.
play.
Yeah,
it's like Ryan Koenigsberg, and then it's Zach Stevens, and then it's
people just tune in. On Roku.
You've been on it. You were on it. Like, I've had everybody on there. The only people I haven't had on that I wanted on, no one's ever said no, but I want Dave Logan. I want Romy Bean. We all want Romy Bean, but I mean, I want her on the show. I mean, there's a few left that we'll get them on this year, but I don't know. I don't have to think about that.
You had DMAC on, right?
DMAC, yeah, he's been on a couple times. Yeah, Ben Sports. DMAC's awesome.
You got to get DMAC and Big Al.
See, I haven't had Big Al on, and honestly, I've never really thought about who I would match him up with, but I need to do that. Yeah, I need to find a good match for Al.
Because Al's going to be a fun. Have they had a reunion show yet? Have they?
I don't know. You know what it's like when you're doing so many shows. I don't have time to see what everybody does off season. That's why I do Mic'd Up in the off season, because during the season, man, there's too much football to talk about. In the off season, it's like, all right, now we can talk about all kinds of stuff, and the guys are you know, you got to remember a lot of the guys that are on the show are on radio full-time, team, you know, TV. Yeah. And I like what Marky says, D-Mac and Big Al would probably be a great matchup. So maybe I'll put that one together. D-Mac's always down to come on the show. So I think I've had him on like 3 times. So that
Have you
would
had
be a
Tyler
good matchup.
Columbus on?
No. And honestly, I reached out to him on like, I DM'd him, but I didn't have his phone number or anybody else. And it just went unread like for 6 months. I don't know if he ever checks it. So I got to find somebody that talks to him like D-Mac or somebody to say, hey, would you let Mike know or go on a show? Cause then I'm sure he'd come on. He'd be a great one. Like think about who's D-Mac and who's the one that does the buffs. I mean, Columbus and who's the big guy
Hastings?
No, he's not on with them. He's got a buffs like pod, and he's like a
Matt McChesney?
Yeah. Can you imagine putting those two on the same show?
Both offensive linemen.
Yeah,
right?
like,
or I guess, you know, Matt was more of a defensive lineman.
Yeah, but it would probably be loud and proud, and I'd probably get it, you know, tramped on by YouTube. I'd have to like bleep out half of the show to keep from it getting, you know, I don't know what YouTube lets you get away with, but like when I had Perna on, I had Perna and Mario on the same show, and Brandon Perna's got 800,000 subs. So I mean, you can just imagine like how many people were watching, and I'm not going to say the things that were said or repeat the things that were said, but I got like 5 emails from YouTube saying that we were naughty and you can't say those words. It was just like,
really?
I guess I should have edited. Yeah, I'll
Good
talk
thing
to you about
I don't read my emails from YouTube.
Well, you will when you get 200 views on a video that should have had 12,000, because there were like, you look up in the corner at one time and there was like 6,000 people watching that episode. And by the time YouTube was done with it, I think it got 230 views on YouTube because they said, you know, Brandon, you know, they didn't say names, but they're like, you can't say things like that. That's not appropriate. I was like, okay, I didn't say any of that stuff. I just let them talk. So you got to be careful who you put on. Yeah, Perna's the man. No doubt about it. Columbus, D-Mac. So let's wrap it up. We're going to win the AFC West. We're going to win the first seed at 13-4. We'll revisit this later though. And Broncos play the Raiders this week. We don't have our final score predictions yet. I don't know if I'll see you before then, David. Do you want to do score prediction on the Raiders and Broncos for this Sunday?
35-3.
Wow. So the offense is going to come alive. Woo! 35-3. I'm going to say, and that's Broncos, right?
Yes.
I'm going to say, we do get 30. I'm going to say 34-17. I say we get a little sloppy at the end and they'll score a touchdown or something. We just kind of like it. 34-17 Broncos win. We're both in on the Broncos. So we're going to be, the next time we talk will be at the post game. That will be, I think this is the afternoon game. Yep. So we will see everybody out there around 6 o'clock, 6:30,
5 o'clock,
depending on where you're at.
Right.
Mountain.
It's before what? 6:20 Mountain Time is when Sunday Night Football starts.
Yeah. We will see. Let's put it this way. We'll see you immediately following the end of the Raiders loss to the Broncos this Sunday. Thanks again to Kalshi. Thanks again to Coach Chris for the super chats. Everybody in the chat, you guys were awesome tonight. Can't thank you enough. David, as always, Mile High Monsters, baby. Dude. Undefeated. We have not lost a game, Broncos country, since we invented this little show. So here we go.
Yes.
We're out.
And play A.T. Perry. Let's go.
A.T. Perry.